World Mosquito Day, created on 20th August 1897, marks a world-changing discovery made by Sir Ronald Ross, a British doctor who first made the link that female Anopheles mosquito transmit malaria between humans. Dr. Ross became the first British person to be awarded the Nobel Prize for Medicine in 1902. Dr. Ross' discovery laid the foundation for scientists to better understand the deadly role of mosquitoes, which currently infect 250 million people with malaria every year, causing 850,000 deaths. Malaria is transmitted by female Anopheles mosquito, that is, it acts as a vector. And the actual causative organism is a protozoan, that is a unicellular organism, namely Plasmodium. As you all know, how dangerous is the microorganisms nowadays, like coronavirus, that is a major threat humans are facing now. If a female Anopheles mosquito bites us and it has been carrying malaria, the parasite is going to be released into our bloodstream, which can infect our entire body. Roughly 70% of the malaria burden around the world is concentrated in 11 countries, one being India and the rest being on the African continent. Female Anopheles mosquito can be called as an ectoparasite. Anopheles is a genus of mosquito. About 460 species are recognized, and among these, Anopheles gambiae is one of the best known because of its predominant role in the transmission of malaria. Anopheles belongs to the class Insecta, order Diptera, and family Culicidae. That is about the biological classification of Anopheles. The mouthparts of it are of piercing and sucking type to pierce the skin of host and suck their blood for feeding. Around 300 eggs will be laid by female Anopheles mosquito on standing water. Let us take a glance at the life cycle of malarial parasite Plasmodium. It completes its life cycle in two hosts, namely humans and mosquitoes. Now, if an infected female Anopheles mosquito bites a human, the Plasmodium enters the human body as sporozoite, that is the infectious form. The parasite initially multiply within the liver cells and then attack the red blood cells and resulting in their rupture. In this picture, you can see the rupturing of red blood corpuscle. So this rupture is associated with release of a toxic substance that is called hemozoin, that is responsible for the high fever recurring every 3 to 4 days. When a female Anopheles mosquito bites an infected person, those parasites enter mosquito's body and undergo further development. The parasites multiply within them to form sporozoites that are stored in their salivary glands. Thus, the life cycle continues. For effective prevention of malaria, some conditions should be met, such as data collection about the disease, very active and committed leadership, total government support, community involvement, and skilled technicians from different fields, as well as an adequate implementation. So, prevention is better than cure. The most important measures to control or eliminate the vector and their breeding places can be achieved by avoiding stagnation of water in and around residential areas, then regular cleaning of household coolers, etc. In June 2010, Morocco in North Africa was declared malaria-free. We can introduce fishes like Gambusia, guppy, etc. in ponds that feed on mosquito larvae. This also is an effective control measures. Also, use of mosquito nets can prevent the effect of them. Introduction of environment-friendly natural mosquito repellent plants should be promoted, like lemongrass, then citronella, etc. Their distinctive smell makes them most effective at repelling mosquitoes. Actually, the cost of preventing malaria is much less than treating the disease in the long run. Hope all of you understood the importance of mosquito control. Please share this video.